Hi, Karen Luke here. Well, there have been developments in this witch saga that I've been involved in now for quite a few months. It all started in August 2018. I made a phone call to the witch customer service because I had noticed that the smoke detectors that they had on their website did not list the dangerous ones that actually don't work. And my whole issue was people shouldn't have to pay a subscription to something if you have the information that literally could save lives. But first, I have to point out that I'm actually in a place called Guernsey. If you're familiar with the cows, Jersey and Guernsey, this is the place where actually those cows come from. And it's a lovely place, and I'm going to see none of it. You had tested, I think, 15 smoke detectors, and on your webpage there were 2 that were actually dangerous and should never be purchased. Why doesn't Witch make that publicly available for free?
We do fight for consumers. We can't give away this information for free.
Sure you can.
We can't fight for those rights.
So you can make an exception and give it away for free. You absolutely can.
We also
There's nothing stopping you.
Either way, it's not something that we're going to be changing right now. We do kind of keep hidden from people that are non-members.
That was August 2018. I waited over 6 months to see if they were going to do anything about it. I hopped on the site all the time, nothing happened. So on the 25th of April, 2019, I made my first video about the smoke detector issue. Today I have a really important question I need you to think about the answer to. Does your smoke detector in your house wake up your children when they're sleeping? My guess is that it doesn't. I came across the company witch.co.uk. Now what's interesting about Witch is that it is the top consumer place to go for comparison on various products. They review things like computers and refrigerators and just about everything that you can possibly think of. And they also did one for smoke detectors.
Our tests have shown that some smoke alarms are simply not passing all the fire tests they should. You can see which models to avoid in our full review.
They actually said that there were smoke detectors that should never be used, but the only way to get that revealed to you is to join and pay for a membership with Witch. Then I sent a copy of the video to Witch for comments. Then on the 12th of May, I made a second video because I had joined Witch now to find out if there were any other products that I was missing. Here is the second part of the Witch saga that I started last week. So last week I revealed the 4 smoke detectors that should never be bought. And this week I am going to be giving you hundreds of items that have safety alerts attached to them. These are items that actually endanger lives and should never be bought. The items that I have discovered safety alerts attached to are fridge freezers, baby and child car seats, tumble dryers, and carbon monoxide detectors. I also want to be really clear that I don't blame the woman at the other end of the phone that said these things to me. The reality is, she is just voicing company policy. Of course, I also sent them that video as well. I was looking for comments, and I sent all the people or the companies that I had mentioned in that video copies of my video for comments. On the 3rd of June, which is a few weeks after my 2 videos, Jenny King, a senior executive within Witch, wrote me and asked me to remove my videos. Either correct them and say that Witch had done nothing wrong, essentially, or just remove my videos. Clearly I wasn't going to do that, and what was interesting is that I had already taped and recorded my 3rd Witch video. Back to the Witch email that I got. They actually posted a video on there.
Witch testing has found 4 smoke alarms that would completely fail to warn you if your house was filling with smoke. And all 4 were unbranded. It's usually only unbranded smoke alarms.
Usually unbranded ones. So why don't you give the branded ones that are also dangerous? Well done, witch, for taking a very, very important first step. So a couple of weeks after that third video came out on the 25th of June, Jenny King wrote back to me and said I had 4 days to take down those videos or correct the incorrect things that she said were wrong within the video. In fact, the words that she used, it was incorrect and defamatory content. Of course, I disagreed with her on that, so I wrote back to her on the 3rd of July, so that's about a week later. On the 11th of July, a week later, Ms. King wrote back and said she had instigated an action of defamation against me. In the meantime, I had put on my channel the full unedited recording of the famous August 2018 phone call, so that everyone, including YouTube, could see that there was no creative editing. There was no trying to fix things to make things look any differently from the way it actually was. Now, all the way through this, being accused of defamation is thirsty business. Now, all the way through this, Ms. King and a colleague of hers were sending me links saying, click on this, this proves that what we're saying to you is correct. And I would click on them, and they're just the same links as before. And I'd write back and say, no, it takes 4 clicks, or it says it does not give the safety features. So they just kept sending me the old links all throughout this process. On the 14th of July, I sent another letter saying that those links, they still don't work. They still require someone to pay before they get the dangerous products. But on the 16th of July, 2 days later, Ms. King wrote back and said, too late, the action has already been given to YouTube for defamation. So
we're coming after you.
But there's some good news.